Working as a Black woman in tech for nearly 5 years, how's the experience been for me? Well, I'll be sharing it in this video, so keep watching. But before we dive into the nitty-gritty of things, I need to acknowledge that my experience is just one of many and may not represent the entire experience of all Black women out there. But I hope that sharing this can provide you with insights, advice that you can apply to your own journey as well. So check this out. In a report by Deloitte, the average overall female representation in tech was 33% in 2022. Now that's about a ratio 3 to 1 men to women. Now to the even more interesting part, Black women make up 2.2% of that ratio. Wait, what? Well, that's the reality of things. So how can you make the best of this reality? Let's dive into 5 things that you should do from my own personal experience in order to thrive and navigate tech as a Black woman. Now, to number 1, I would like to say advocate for yourself. Now, one of the best lessons that I've learned on my journey, and I keep learning every day, is the importance of being your own biggest advocate. In a field where diversity is still somehow lacking, I've learned to take charge of my journey instead of folding my hands and waiting for someone to open doors. I remember when I was looking to switch into a developer advocate role, I knew that potential employers would want to hire someone that had prior experience in developer advocacy. So what did I do? I became an advocate for Chakra UI. Chakra UI is an open source React component library. You can check out my Chakra UI course. I wrote technical articles, organized community events like office hours, hackathons, created YouTube videos for developer audiences, and a whole lot more. And all this, stacked up and acted as credibility markers on my resume, and it showed to any potential employer that I'll be bringing value to their team. As you can imagine, in my present job, I remember in one of my one-on-ones with my manager, he explained to me that the reason why I was hired on this job was because I had prior experience compared to other candidates applying for that role. This is all the experiences that I had without a formal title or a pay. So what I'm saying is, don't wait for someone else to give you the chance if you're not doing anything. Always be on the lookout for ways that you can showcase your skills, your talents, your value without necessarily having a formal role or title to it. I'm a big open source advocate, so I would say contribute to open source projects, write technical articles, volunteer to build, side projects with other people. The most important thing doing this is to make yourself known. So when you do this, you're essentially crafting a doorway to your desired opportunities. And this brings me to number 2, be comfortable in your own skin. Honestly, a lot of times you'll be the only woman of color or one of the few women of color at many conferences, meetups and events. So at the early stages of my career, I used to feel a bit insecure and uncomfortable with this reality, but not anymore. And this is what helped me. First, it's important that you don't internalize all these feelings or think that your presence or your input in any meeting or anything doesn't really matter. I've learned that your gender or ethnicity does not define your expertise or your ideas or how good you really are. So own your identity with confidence, walk into those spaces with your head high, be confident enough to participate fully in meetings. I've found out that having this mindset acts as a confidence booster for me, and it really helps me to hush any imposter syndrome that I may be feeling on my journey. Now, this leads me to point 3, which I call keep putting in the work. One of my favorite quotes is, "What got you there won't keep you there." So don't stop putting in the work that got you to whatever role that you are, whatever shape or form the work is. The tech industry, like many other industries out there, is very competitive, is very demanding, and it requires you to continuously learn and be committed to a personal and professional growth. I have a video on soft skills that will help in your career growth in tech. So if you're interested, feel free to check it out. So I would like to say consistency is key. Keep showing up consistently, keep doing the work, be reliable, be committed, and be someone that others can depend on. Don't stop giving high quality results. And I also need to mention that while you're doing the work, don't be in a haste for recognition. Be genuinely doing the work. And, I always say everything good takes time. So when you're putting in the work, don't look for recognition just yet. And when you keep showing up each day and keep being consistent, the recognition and promotion that you truly deserve will come to you. Now, before I continue, thanks for watching this video up until this point. My name is Esther, which you probably already know, right? And on this channel, I share tech career tips, freelance tips, and everything in between. So hit that subscribe button to join this community. Speaking of communities, this leads me to point 4, which is to join communities. I'm a firm believer that life is not meant to be lived alone. Life is meant to be lived with people. So join professional communities, whether it's online or offline. These communities connect you with like-minded people that can share similar experiences with you. And these communities also provide you with the support, the motivation that you need. They always serve as a source of encouragement. Now, one way that you can expand your network and join communities is by attending industry events, attend conferences. Conferences are so important. Attend meetups. I always ensure to also reach out to people that inspire me, people that have achieved success on this journey. I interview them, I expand my community, and my advice for you is to be intentional about the people that you have in your space. I won't say mentor, but people that can help you on your journey as well. Now, my final advice for you is to take advantage of every opportunity that comes your way. Whether this opportunity is in form of a small project, a networking event, a chance to speak at the conference. Don't let it pass you by. Instead, make the best of these opportunities. See these opportunities, no matter how small or big they are, as stepping stones to something better. And what I like to do is to have a brag sheet. So when I say brag sheet, think in terms of, a personal spreadsheet or even LinkedIn, right? LinkedIn for me is like my brag sheet. So add opportunities that you have to this brag sheet, post on LinkedIn. You're doing really well and you deserve to, recognize it and celebrate these achievements as a person. So doing this, I found out to be my motivation and inspires me on this journey when the road gets tough or easy. So take advantage of this opportunity. Celebrating yourself is not really about arrogance. It's not about arrogance, if I have to say it. It's about, validating yourself and recognizing the efforts that you've put through. And doing this also helps to inspire people coming along the way. So do you resonate with any of these that I've shared? Let's keep the conversation going and drop your advice or your comments below. And if you've enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and let me know what you enjoyed.